pretty tempered moves that we're seeing on the NSE still, but we're seeing this move higher and higher. I've asked this question before, but I just want to get your view. I mean, with local interest in the market slowly picking up, do you see us getting closer to a point where there may well be a shift from a recent trend where it's been foreign investors that have been the ones to prop the market up? Could we possibly see local traders starting to now dominate?
Certainly. I mean, we've seen very good appetite from local investors. And this was expected. We've seen interest rates coming off on the bond fixed income securities. So equities are increasingly becoming attractive, and 2010 is particularly good for equities. I mean, foreign investors are also particularly active, and this is driving the market up, because every time, we have, on overall more purchase orders than sell orders. So I think we'll continue seeing this trend maintained, and especially the agricultural sector, we've seen that maintained. Although we think they could be approaching the upper limits of their valuations.
Well, let's take a closer look at the agricultural space here. I mean, we've seen the firms getting a boost. Prices, of course, still hovering just under record highs, which were reached last year. But harvests are now improving. So what's your outlook on that basis for prices moving forward? Because we know the entire reason for prices getting a boost was the fact that we saw consistent demand being there, despite the fact that we had low production coming to the fore.
That's true. We have production up and prices holding up pretty steady. But if you're looking at the agricultural sector, you have to look at the different companies and what constitutes them. If you look, for example, at REA Vipingo, it's basically sisal, and sisal prices haven't really benefited as much as sisal prices haven't benefited, coupled with production in the same way that tea prices have done. So I would say there's probably limited potential, upside potential on REA Vipingo. If you look at some of the other tea companies, they also have other components. If you look at Kakuzi, has avocado, and avocado production has been good for Kakuzi as well. So, obviously, if tea prices were to come off substantially, Kakuzi would be more of a defensive play in the sector compared to the others. But I think on overall, the sector is quite upbeat. Obviously, there's a limit to how much dividends they can pay. Although they might post strong accounting profits, the dividend payout will probably be less than 20%.
Well, let's get into other news keeping investors busy. We've seen a slew of company results out. Pan Africa Insurance Holdings this morning posting an annual net income of 138.9 million shillings for the year ended December 31st. That compared to a loss of 96 million shillings in the previous years. Have you had time to actually unpack those numbers and digest a bit of it?
Yes, I've just sort of had a glimpse of them. I guess the key highlight is really to look at the benefits in terms of the securities. There's some sort of improvement there in terms of their benefits from investment in securities, in tandem with the rise in the stock market. Obviously, the underlying core insurance business also did very well, and I guess that boosted earnings as well. Obviously, there's a substantial loss sitting on loss of unrealized investment income on the securities. And obviously that will take time to really get that off the balance sheet. But I think on overall those were good results for the insurance firm.
When it comes to the insurance industry as a whole, I mean, we know that it's an environment where in Kenya penetration levels are low. The market is there, but education about insurance products has certainly needed a boost. Are we seeing significant inroads being made there, where we're seeing slowly these insurance companies start to focus on their core business yet again, moving away from that reliance on investment income?
Yeah, it's for an insurance company, typically they would rely on investment income as the main source of income. If you look at the insurance, the premiums, basically there's very little room there to play around because of competition. But that said, I think we are seeing other segments of insurance coming up. Microinsurance is one of them, and we are seeing quite a bit of innovative products coming there. Life insurance, investment-linked insurance products. I think those are growth areas that insurance companies are looking